is America experiencing recession? We are looking at nurses losing jobs. We are looking at people losing their food stamp. We are looking at people, literally the elderly, losing their Medicare cards. They're being told, you know what, they need to go back to their home to be taken care of by their children. We are looking at people literally losing their livelihood. So let's watch this video. We're going to discuss at the end.
The economy here is bound to crash. When you cut Medicare like that and these places close, a lot of people are going to lose their jobs. The dollar is going to suffer. There is no forethought with these people. They have no idea what is happening.
Hey, what's up, America? I'm here at another gas station in Indiana for a gas price update, and needless to say, we're still being bent over and fucked out for money. So let's see how bad it is. Let's see how deep that arm is up in there. And we have $3.39 a gallon, all the way up to $4.39 a gallon, bending you over, banging you out for fucking money. Look at that. If that's not price gouging in the age of Trump, I don't know what is. I thought shit was supposed to get cheaper, but it doesn't seem like anything's really happening. What the fuck? So once again, this is a good Republican state, yet the prices never seem to come down. I've been doing gas price updates for quite some time now, and I've been waiting for the prices to go down even negligibly, and that's just not fucking happening. On top of that, diesel prices seem to continue to go up, and that's going to mean higher costs for you, the American payer here, basically buying anything, from food to auto parts to construction equipment and gear and necessary things like wood and metal. So what we need to do at the federal level is make gas tax illegal throughout the United States. We've had about enough of this fucking shit. Gouge somewhere else, you motherfuckers.
Hey guys, welcome back again to the channel, and thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. So the America healthcare crisis, the crumbling safety net of Medicaid and Medicare. So right now, a major healthcare crisis is unfolding in the United States of America, and millions are feeling the devastating impact. So the Medicaid system, which has long served as a lifeline for low-income families, disabled individuals, and the elderly, is being stripped away ever since Trump took the office. Okay, so Trump administration stripped this away from millions of people who depend on it to survive. So the Medicaid insurance safety net for senior is also under pressure, facing budget threats, stricter rules, and rising costs that are being shifted onto ordinary Americans. So average Americans and poor people, like, how are they going to survive this recession? When they are sick, how are they going to get money to pay for their medical bill? And you guys know that the US health system is damn so expensive, very very expensive, unlike other country. It's even more expensive to compare to my country where I came from. Like the Medicaid in the US is too expensive, and this is the reason why the Medicaid was helping a lot of people to survive before this 2025. And now that this opportunity have been taken away from millions of people, people are now beginning to feel the heat. Well guys, welcome back again to my channel, and thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. So you watch the remaining clip of this video, and let me know what you think about it in the comment section, and I will be coming back to talk more about it.
Alright folks, if you're not used to salty content, cousin, you need to scroll on. This is going to be very not safe for work. Scott Bessent has come out. Grandkids are here, I got to do it down to the cousin. Scott Bessent has come out and said they're going to privatize Social Security. That the Trump accounts in this big ugly fucking bill they just passed is a backdoor to privatizing Social Security. He said it out loud. Now they're trying to put shit back in the horse, but they're lying. They're lying. I mean, he said it. We told you they were going to come for Medicaid. They gutted fucking Medicaid. We told you they wanted to destroy your Medicare. What did it up so the budget sequesters hundreds of millions of dollars from Medicare, and they gutted your fucking Medicare. Or were you worried about trans kids? People you don't know or understand. Worried about eating the dogs or eating the cats. Worried about the guy that's washing your dishes or mowing your fucking yard, thinking he's suddenly some crazy cartel leader. Bullshit. So sick of fighting you people. You know, we didn't do this shit because it was Tuesday and we were bored. Our forefathers didn't build these institutions for no goddamn reason. You know, they get these idiots, especially, they're usually the dumbass right-wing kids. Well, if people could just invest their money, I'd have a lot more money. You know what? That's what it was before Social Security, dumbass. Everybody could invest before Social. They didn't just invent investing. It's been around for fucking ever. What happened? Old people ended up on the streets. Grandma was on the goddamn streets. Because Grandpa would die, and only Grandma would be left by herself. Or people hurt in factories would be out on the streets with a goddamn soup can begging for money. Because we didn't have disability insurance, which is part of your Social Security. They're gutting. You dumbasses, we didn't do this because it was Tuesday when we were bored. Our forefathers didn't do this shit for no fucking reason. They didn't bond the whole country together to build these institutions that we all rely on for no goddamn reason because they lived through awful times and you're doing everything you can to bring those goddamn awful times back. Why? Because they appeal to your bigotry. They appeal to your bullshit. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Bullshit. Get another fucking hobby. You suck at this.
This comment section, because I am literally about to lose it on these clowns.
People talk about the fact that gasoline is down at numbers that nobody believes possible. You know why they're down, by the way? Drill, baby, drill. We're drilling like crazy right now.
You guys let this clown get away with this every single day. It drives me crazy, okay? North America loses rigs for 8 straight weeks. Oil production in the United States has fallen to an 11-month low. Oh, and shocker, gas prices are up. They're not down. Even Russell Westbrook could make this layup. Do you understand? You are so concerned about keeping Democrats pissed off. Hey, newsflash, they're already going to vote for you. Why don't you think about saying something that will piss off Trump supporters? Why don't you consider that for a minute? Just a minute. But no, you're over here celebrating the fact that his approval numbers are 39% and how low that is, and patting yourself on the back when it had nothing to do with.
A lot of the people who voted for Trump were warned. Yeah, people want them not to vote. People tried to let them know what they were going to see after voting, but a lot of them would not listen. A lot of them did not give a listening ear to those people that were trying to educate them. Yeah, black people tried to warn these people about their decision. They ended up calling them the minors, the uneducated people, and now they are now hearing the heat of the administration. And imagine, guys, even some of these people that voted for Trump has not still realized the consequences of their action. They have not still realized what they have actually done. I actually posted a video earlier where these Trump supporters were saying that, oh, that thank God that Trump has been doing extremely well, that thank God that the economy is booming, that this, and people were like, what are you even saying? Why are you saying that the economy is booming? Like how? So a lot of them have not still realized. Like, I don't know if he's ignorant anyway, but nevertheless, watch the remaining clip of this video and let me know what you think about them in the comment section, and I'll be coming back with more commentaries.
I am so incredibly proud of our Texas House Democrats. As I make this video, they are officially on a plane heading out of state. I've heard Chicago to officially break quorum. They are breaking quorum to stop the scheme that Trump set up to steal 5 congressional districts from Democrats and also to hurt the voting power of black and brown people in Texas. So breaking quorum, what is it? So basically, you have to have a quorum to go about the business of the state house. my adult life, they do not use this very often because it is like the nuclear approach, basically. So they use it in rare situations, but I would say this moment calls for that. This is an extreme situation. So in order to do it, you have to go out of state because if you're in Texas, you are still under the jurisdiction of Greg Abbott, the governor, and he can call law enforcement to round you up and bring you back to Austin to force you to vote or take part in whatever thing is going on in the Texas House. They went out of state for that reason. They also are going to face fines. There is a fine per day for each lawmaker for breaking quorum. This is a huge undertaking. So if you guys follow me on here or other apps, you know one thing about me, I am quick to check somebody for making slick comments about Texas Democrats because despite what our state government and the Republican control tells you, there are still fighters in this state. There are still people that are fighting for the rights of Texans, minorities, the poorest among us, all these different groups. And so this is a really good example of that. These folks have got on a plane, have left this state for God knows how long in an effort to stall this process, to stall Trump stealing these districts out of Texas. And they're leaving their jobs, because this ain't a full-time job, y'all. Their jobs, their businesses, their families, their children, perhaps they're caretakers for people. Like, this is a huge, imagine being gone from your house for 30 days. This is huge, huge. And so I don't take this lightly. This is a big undertaking, but I am so grateful that they see how necessary this is. A couple other things. I want y'all to be mindful of the fact that Trump really has never won a midterm. Even when he was the de facto leader, he don't win midterms. When Joe Biden was in office, the last midterm, we didn't get a red wave in 2022. Biden did pretty good, which is not what typically happens when you're the party in power. And so they know that next year probably won't be good for him either. And there will be checks on his power should we get the House back and heck, if we get some seats in the Senate as well. And so rather than going out here and actively trying to campaign or to pass bills that actually support the American people, they decided to cheat and put their finger on the scale and to steal districts out of Texas. And so all of this scheme requires us to respond accordingly. And so this is why we have Texas Democrats going out of state. The other thing that's going to happen, absolutely, because Greg Abbott is so predictable. This session that's going on is also going to, Democrats are also going to be voting on things tied to the floods in Carville and Carr County. And so by leaving, this is also stalling that too. And so y'all know that man loves to do a football analogy, so I'm going to use one. He's going to use that as a political football. And he's going to try to shame and blame the Democrats for not coming, for failing their jobs and abandoning the people of Carville not coming to vote on these issues. Please hear me. He has not taken these issues seriously. Y'all saw his statements after the floods. And the other thing to keep in mind too is that as our executive leader of the state, he can sign an executive order to release funds to that county. He hasn't done that because he wants to weaponize the lack of funding for that county. He wants to weaponize it against the Democrats. So be very mindful of that. If you're out of state trying to figure out how can I support, you can support with your dollars by giving money to the Texas House Democrats, specifically the Texas House Democrats. Gotta get to them. And you can also support it by talking about this and by sharing videos about this, telling people in your community about what Texas is doing. Because the Republicans, especially here, they love to do things quickly and in the dark. And the more light that we shine on what they're doing, they have to do more in order to address the concerns that people are talking about. And so it is very helpful for us to continue to talk about it even outside of our state as well. And so again, I just want to reiterate, I'm so proud of our Texas House Democrats. My prayer is that we can stop this mess here in Texas. Like, I know there's all these other contingencies about, we can do this in Chicago, in Illinois, in California, and Maryland. Yes, but my hope as a Texas Democrat is that we can stop this issue right here in the state. It's ridiculous. And I am personally somebody who gets moved out of my district with this crazy math. It's just not good. And so I love this first step, and I look forward to seeing the other things our Texas Democrats have planned to stall and to stop this mess, whether it be through breaking the quorum, through our court system, through additional hearings, whatever it is. I am excited to see, and I'm so proud of them for stepping up.
So there's breaking news, but the breaking news is not even the actual news. The headline is that the economy added only 73,000 jobs in July. That is not even close to the worst part of it. Worst of it came because of Trump's policies, not just the import taxes paid by American businesses, rises because of the chaos and uncertainty he's introduced to our incredibly complicated economy. This is why now that we better understand what's happened over the last few months, now that we have the complete data from employers, we know the actual jobs numbers for May and June were 250,000 lower than previously reported, which means that for most of the summer we've been under 20,000 jobs per month. And we know that because of population growth, the economy has to produce at least 100 to 200,000 jobs per month just to actually break even. In other words, already only 6 months into Trump's second term, the jobs market is decelerating rapidly. And these numbers are coming from Trump's Bureau of Labor Statistics, which I guess is good news because these numbers are a disaster for Trump, and they're reporting them anyway. Now, of course, those of you who have been paying attention won't be surprised by any of this, because you know when Trump left office in 2021, he was the first president since Herbert Hoover to lose jobs. Since the Great Depression, he lost 3 million American jobs in just 4 years, and you can't just blame 2020, because 50% of the jobs that were lost while he was saying nothing was wrong in the first half of 2020 were regained before he left office in January 2021. And then, of course, Biden fixed the rest of it and gave us 48 consecutive months of jobs growth. No, the fact is, the reality is much simpler. The reason 2 of Trump's first 6 months in office showed worse job creation than any month in Joe Biden's 48-month presidency is because Donald Trump is an incompetent fucking moron. He doesn't understand the economy. He doesn't understand the middle class. He has no idea how to create good-paying jobs. And most importantly, he doesn't understand.
Alright guys, so this video you're literally seeing the repercussion of the big beautiful bill. The food stamp cuts, people are losing out. The people literally used to get 2,800 thanks to food stamp. Right now they're getting like $300, or maybe even they're getting like $80, depending on what the government is going to tell them. They're literally nurses who are losing their jobs as a result of Medicaid cuts. We are looking at the elderly being told, you know what, we no longer cannot take care of you, so we need to tell your kids to come and take you home so that they can look after you. Remember, all these Medicaid cuts, it helped the normal American who is maybe middle class or who is in the lower class to get health care at affordable prices, to get health care at prices that they could not even get if it was privatized. But now with this big beautiful bill that has been passed, these Medicaid cuts that have been passed through the Congress, through the House, we are seeing Americans right now recording themselves saying, I will not be able to go and give birth to my child. I will not be able to take care of my kids because they're autism. I will not be able to look after my husband because he's also under the Medicaid. I will not be able to go to the hospital to look after my teeth because I cannot afford if I'm not using Medicaid. So this Medicaid, it's literally helped the middle class, the lower class of America to be able to afford health care. So what's going to happen? People are going to be forced to decide which one is a priority. Is it going to the hospital to get a doctor's appointment, to get medicine, or to pay bills like electricity, food stuff? People are going to be told to be, they're going to be forced to choose between the alternatives. Why? Because they cannot afford just to pay their bills, because life has become so expensive. Inflation is it's very high. You're looking at people losing jobs left, right, and center thanks to this Medicare cuts. Yes, the hospitals in the rural homes, in the rural areas that have been shut down as we speak. Nurses are losing their job thanks to hospital being shut down as a result of these Medicaid cuts. So what's going to happen to people? We are looking at farmers right now. They are literally losing their farms. Why? Because thanks to this tariff war that are happening, China has literally looked for alternative market elsewhere. So American farmers right now, they have nowhere to sell their goods and prices, especially those who used to export beef, who used to export soya beans to China. Right now they're trying to get alternative market, but they're literally having a difficult time. There are no subsidies for farmers right now. They're complaining, they're crying. Left, right, and center, this big beautiful bill has literally affected each and every American in one way or another. So the only people who right now are safe, who are comfortable, laughing all the way to the bank, are the rich. That is the millionaire and the billionaires. Those guys are very comfortable because they can afford. If they're told to pay an extra $100 or $200 in their bills, they can comfortably cough up $1,000 and $1,000, and they will not feel the pinch. While the common common America, who is in the middle class and the lower class. Those are the ones who are going to feel the pinch. Those are the ones who are going to feel the pain. Why? Because if you tell them to add an extra dollar or even $100 or even $200 in their budget, which they had not planned for, and they're living paycheck to paycheck, they're the ones who are going to feel the pain. They're the ones who have to decide which bill is a priority and which bill we are going to forego so that we're going to pay later. That is the reality of how Americans are feeling it. So this big beautiful bill is not really a big beautiful bill. Rather, it's a painful bill that is going to affect millions and millions of America. Only time will tell how and what, and the only time people realize it will be too late. Let me know what you think about this video. Drop your comments and please subscribe to my channel.